Flex. Hey. I don't want sex, I want top. Gotta get back to the guap. Like it's blue cheese, it look like it's...
Hey man, say man, what it do, man? It's your nigga Justo Flex. I told y'all I was gonna have y'all some content for y'all this Friday evening. Now this the crazy part. I actually did the video earlier and it was cool, but I kinda wanted to do it again from a different angle, you know what I'm saying? And I'm driving right now, so I'm kind of feeling like, you know, I could do this the right way, even though y'all gonna be like, you shouldn't be doing this and driving and all that, fuck all that. So anyway, since you on here, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? My editing ain't gonna be that live on this. Is my first one I'm doing, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and put it up there for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe to the channel. You already know the Ugly Truth Fight. If you didn't know. If you didn't know I do music and you came to my page, somebody shared it, when you get off here, go download the Ugly Truth. I got videos on there, all that, subscribe to the channel, all that. So yeah, let's get to the story. So I got catfished by a person that was playing like 3 or 4 different individuals simultaneously when needed, you know what I'm saying? So this person I'm talking about, the protagonist, we gonna call her Miss B, all right? Miss B was half of a modeling agency called Models for You. Now, Miss B was more of the footwork person. You know, she was heavy set. She looked like she was built like Precious, but her face was, if you ever remember the woman that killed Selena, that old woman, that's Miss B face, just black or brown skin or whatever on Precious' body. That's her, no cap. So she was doing the footwork, going to get the models and, you know, bring them in. They was like popping around the time when H-Time had this 05, 06 run, right? So the other person, we gonna name her Jessica. Jessica was the other half of Models for You. She was the face of her. If you went on their page, her picture most of the time was the picture of it, you know what I'm saying? So when I got in Young Problems, I told Miss B, hey, I want to holler at Jessica, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, cool. So at this point, I kind of heard a story or two where people that was, I wouldn't say in Young Problems, but affiliated with Young Problems, or maybe, you know, they were, you know, they had dealings with Jessica, but it didn't go right because nobody never seen her. I heard that a couple times, but I'm like, man, you know, boy probably just talking, don't want me to get in the door or whatever. I don't know. So I let Miss B know, hey, I'm trying to holler at Jessica. So one of my partners in Young Problems had a birthday dinner at Cheddar's. So at the birthday dinner, Jessica showed up. First time seeing her in public, looking just like on the pictures, you know what I'm saying? There was Young Problems people there and people that was cool with us, you know what I'm saying? So when we leave, we standing out on the curb, walking out the door. All of a sudden, Jessica walked by, kind of give me a light push, and then she look at me and smile and wink. So I'm like, this beat put me in the dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, cool. Later on that night, I get a phone call. I don't know the number. Answer the phone. And I speak to Justo. I'm like, yeah, that's him. Who this? Like, this Jessica. I'm like, oh, got that Miss B done plugged me in. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Bet. So we talking. We on the phone, 2, 3 in the morning, like we in high school. You know what I'm saying? We all on the phone and just having all these old sweet nothing ass conversations about bullshit. Had a nigga heart racing. I'm on the phone like, oh, I ain't never felt like this about no woman before, and where you come from, and all this so extra gay ass shit. So we on the phone talking for like 2 weeks at this point. So now it's time to link up, like time to see each other in person. So it was like a Friday. I get out work. I get to the house. I mean, I'm staying at my sister's house at the time. I get to the house. We on the phone. She like, yeah, she start I'm hearing her grab her keys. I'm hearing this shit. She grab her keys. She start walking to the door. This shit like a scene off a movie. All of a sudden you hear a knock on the door. Do, 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 do. She opens the door. All I hear is, what you doing? Where you going? You hear her stutter. He like, who you on the phone with? Now the person that I'm hearing is TJ. Now let me tell you about TJ. TJ at the time was not my close partner, but I was real cool with his brother. Me and his brother worked at Subway. You know what I'm saying? Back in high school. So, but I knew his brother TJ rap. So we was cool, but it's like we wasn't in the same circle. So, you know, I just, you know, we from the same hood, it's cool. Ain't no beef with you. He just not my partner. But I know his voice. So I'm like, so he's like, hang the phone up. Phone hung up. So at this point, I'm like, hell nah, boy, got me fucked up. So I ain't have a car. So I asked my sister, can I use her shit? So at the time, Miss B was telling me she stayed by the Georgia Brown and some lofts called a Lyrin lofts, a Hearing lofts, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Lyrin lofts. But anyway, but I knew where they was. They over there kind of in that Chapman and Kirby area or whatever. So I hop in my sister's car. I'm riding around the apartments doing this shit. TJ! Jessica! Nigga on my gal, bro. Nigga on my man. Nigga got me fucked up, man. For real, man. Hell nah. Find this nigga, man. TJ! Looking silly than the motherfucker. But I do it though, because I'm hot. I'm screaming their name out and shit like they gonna hit me. She don't answer the phone for the rest of the day. Big. So, at this point, I let it ride over. She's like, I'm sorry, it was just too much. So my beef ain't even with her at this point. My beef is with TJ. So I hit my boy TJ older brother. I'm like, hey bro, have TJ call me. He like, all right. I didn't tell him what it was for or nothing. TJ hit me like the next day or something. He like, yo, you hit me, what's up? I'm like, hey man, I heard you at Jessica House the other day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Leave my gal alone. He like, what you talking about? I'm like, fam, I heard you, fam. Like, don't play with me, you know what I'm saying, about my gal, bro. So, at this time, TJ done already had his spin with this whole Jessica situation. So he done said fuck it and went on with life and he doing other shit. So I'm guessing by this time he hadn't even talked to Jessica in months. So when I hit him like, yeah, I heard you over there the other day, he looking at me like I'm tripping. So I said, hey bro, look, out of respect, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm cool with your big bro. Hey, don't do that, bro. Just leave my gal alone. Hang the phone up. Boom. I don't talk to him no more after that point. So that was the first situation. We had another situation where she's supposed to come get me. She was coming from the north side. At this point, I think I'm at my partner G-Luck and B-Dun house. They stayed in Mo City. So she gassed me up like, I'll be over there in like 45 minutes. I'm like, bet. I throw on my collar shirt, my Jordan. I had some, I think it was a black and red Jordan 12 too. Throw my collar shirt on. Creed, I don't know if Creed that just came out, because this is about like 06, 07, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if, I'm pretty sure it was kind of new, but it was expensive as fuck. My boy G-Luck rocked with me so hard, he let me get 2 squirts. Because I told him I was going on a date, and it was important, right? He let me go on and do it. My boy, shout out to my boy. The boys left the house, 45 minutes turned into 2 hours. 2 hours turned into 3 hours. By the second hour, I'm already calling, straight to voicemail. 4 hours passed. That boy G-Luck walked in the house. The boy say, fam, I know you still ain't sitting there from earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man, her phone started working, man. I don't know what happened. That boy was like, hell nah, man. You gotta leave that alone. You gotta leave her alone, man. She making me mad at this point because he done already heard about some, you know, other stories I done, you know, told him. So at this point, now I'm in the group and I'm starting to hear like that, man, Miss B be acting like Jessica, but they playing because nobody ever had proof. So I'm hearing this shit, so I'm like, all right. So that happened. Now, mind you, we in a relationship over the phone. This woman used to go in the restroom at work and play with herself on the phone with me. I cannot make this shit up. So this whole time I'm on the phone like, yeah, hell yeah, stick your finger in that shit, yeah, stick your finger in your mouth and play with that put. I'm doing all that on the phone with this motherfucker. Yeah, it's an L. It's an L, straight L. So anyway, all this going on. So I started noticing, also, then a situation happened to where it was a screw fest coming up. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I gotta run into Jessica because she's still promoting Models for You. It's still a thing. So I noticed like 2 or 3 days before it was time for, you know, us to start, me and Jessica got into it, right? About it was probably she was supposed to pull up and didn't situation, something like that, or somebody popped up at the house, she was acting like it was a dude, whatever. So when I see her at the Screw Fest, I ain't even like, I'm happy to see her because I ain't seen her since Cheddar's, right? I walk up to this woman, Jessica. And I put up to her and I say, man, you better stop fucking playing with me. And I walk off. I turned around in slow motion like I'm checking something. She was looking at me like, nigga, who the fuck is you? But at this point, I done walked out to where she not saying it, but her facial expression is saying it like, you motherfucker, right? So boom, I get on the phone with Miss B. I'm like, yeah, Miss B, I seen Jessica. I let her know what it was. So she laughing about it, cool. So now, let's move on. And my bad for this camera shaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do this shit while I'm driving because I ain't really got time to do it when I sit down. So, what happened? Alright, so around this time I'm working overnight. I think this went on for maybe 3 to 6 months or so. I can't remember. It wasn't that long though. No more than 6 months. So anyway, at this time, me and Jessica still on the phone. Now we're talking about moving in together. I done talked to Jessica's mama. I done talked to her daddy. This bitch was really changing her voice in different tones to like sound like people. I'm thinking these is real people. These people ain't even real. Know what I'm saying? But whatever. So she bullshitted me to the point to where I remember one time I was supposed to meet her at some apartments, and when I got off the metro, because like I said, I didn't have a car. She stood me. She wasn't even there. She stopped answering the phone. I got into a car wreck. My tire caught on flat. It was always something with this bitch, right? So at this point, I'm working. So Miss B like, well, shit, you know, well, since Jessica tripping, why don't me and you just go and get a place? You know what I'm saying? And then we can save money that way. We can still spend money on the group. Because mind you, she's still the manager. Like, young problem. So I'm like, I guess it kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I went on. We started going in that route. Now, let's switch the conversation. Let's back up a little bit. All right, so at this point, before this whole, when we at the point where now we look for places. So let's backtrack a little bit. Before, when this was kind of going on, well, I'm going to say in the process of me looking for a place with Jessica, another player comes into play. We're going to call her Chicago. Now, Chicago, I met Chicago because she was in Models for You and she did business with them, but she was cool or close to one of my partners that I was in the group with. So I would only see her through him. You know what I'm saying? So she come into play. The first time I see her, we at Sharpstown Mall doing something for Kiati. She walk in with my boy. But they together, but it's like she in my face. So at this point, I don't know if this is gal or not, but I'm just playing it cool because she just, you know, she just let me know that she interested without saying it. You know what I'm saying? So that was that day, you know. Even like my boy Chico was kind of looking like, hey man, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? She playing you kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my boy wasn't really saying nothing, so I ain't really know what was going on. So I just kind of stayed out the way. So boom, that was that. So then she started coming around. Like she'll come pull up to the lab with him every once in a while or whatever. It wasn't that long. I'm gonna say probably like a month. I think the situation with her happened in like a month span. So I'm working now. I'm working overnight. I hit him to come get me to bring me home. You know, bring me from work. He's like, baby, I gotta pick up Chicago and take her to school, and then I take you where you need to go. I'm like, bet. I ain't thinking nothing. We pull up to these apartments. We get out the car. We walking through the courtyard. He must have told her we was like pulling up. We come outside. I mean, she come. He was like, I guess he was just being courteous, letting her know that I was with them. Well, she remembered me from when she seen me. She was in my face. So she come on the balcony. She standing there with a shirt on with no panties, and she smiling at me, like smiling. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So my boy, he when we get in the house, I might put some clothes on. Like he turned up on her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, nigga, you better get your hoe. You know what I'm saying? So she had a brochure of the apartments on her bar. So I took it. I was like, can I take this or whatever? So I took it. Boom. I ain't see her after that. A few weeks go by. So at this point, me and Miss B then figured out that we gonna move in together. You know what I'm saying? So I go get the spot. But I hadn't moved in yet. I had to wait on it to get done. So around this time, Chicago is over at the studio because the studio was in Farm Park. That's where our uncle stayed at. So that's where we'd be at most of the time. If we ain't had no show, we were just hanging out. We was all over there in Farm Park. So she pulled up over there in Farm Park with my boy, So, you know, I speak or whatever. So I ended up going outside because I was on the phone. She follows me outside. So when I see her, when I realize it's her, I'm like, oh, hey man, you know, I put you as a referral for the spot. So, you know, I'm moving over there. So she was like, bet, you know what I'm saying? Now I got somebody I can finally chill with, you know what I'm saying? And cook for and all this type of shit. So I was like, hey, don't you fuck with my boy? She was like, he just my partner. I was like, all right, but I blew it off. I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm not knowing after this, little baby go in the house, but little baby go in the house, grab Miss B phone, and get my number out of it. So later on that night, about 1, 2 in the morning, she hit my phone. I'm not knowing who it is. She was like, yo, pull up to the apartment. So I pull up. I'm in Miss B car. Miss B had a van. I pull up in Miss B van, Chicago, get in the car. She like, what's up? What you trying to do? I'm like, man, you mess with my boy. You know what I'm saying? And he says, well, you know how I was looking towards us? And she was like, no, I don't. So she proved her point. And after she proved her point, she was like, you coming upstairs? So me and my niggas at the time, we like, oh, she free game. If it ain't your gal, she getting hit. So she got hit. So after that, I let my boy know, like, hey man, you know, because I don't want to be no hard feelings between me and him and that. So that passed. So I'm now moved in. So we in the same apartment building. Like I'm literally like not no more than maybe 15, 20 steps away from our apartments. Is just that close. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at her place more than I'm at my own place. But Miss B was there, so you know it was whatever. So when I move in, he go to the other situation. I'm at Chicago house. I fall asleep. I wake up in the morning, I got like 15, it was like anywhere between 10, 15 missed calls from Jessica. I'm like, damn, she called me this many times. At this point, Chicago knew about the whole Miss B is Jessica shit, cause she'd have been around a little bit, but no, like I said, nobody ever had proof. So I'm telling her about it, she joked about it. I'm like, this husband's supposed to be calling my phone. So she was like, nah, that ain't right. She not gonna call you that many times. I know her, she's not gonna do that. I'm like, well, hey, this is what it's, I'm just letting you know. So I end up leaving and going back down to the house. I walk in the house, Miss B standing there, she, you missed that. I'm like, what you talking about? She's like, go look. I go look in my room. I saw on the floor, it was a Gatorade that I had drunk out of that I didn't finish. The top was off, and there was lipstick on the rim of the Gatorade bottle. All right. After that, it was an earring on my pillow and an Algiers white beater tied up. So I'm like, Miss B, who shit is this? She was like, Jessica stayed here last night. I'm sitting there like, I miss my bitch, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm hot. My mind fucked up. I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't right. This can't be right. Like, how did I miss that? You know what I'm saying? So that happened. I'm hot. I go tell Chicago and everything. So she ain't fucking with it because at the end of the day, she trying to get me to be her household. She got other hoes out there, but I'm the household. I'm the nigga that stay, I'm the nigga that here that just, to slang the whoop-de-whoop and eat the whoop-de-whoop. So she chilling. She want me home. That's why she gonna do her. So she wasn't really fucking with it. So she started doing her own investigation. So we gonna get to that later. So, what happened? Damn, what happened? Okay, so the next situation was, it was like, let me say this. It's so many situations that I didn't say because it was our rhetorical shit. Like, repetitive shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this woman was legit, like, say she gonna come over here and I'm gonna meet up with her over here, and she would like literally not show up. So it got to the point where I started getting tired of that shit, and I started like going back to doing me. So around this time, she at the house. She's at Alchie house. We recording over there, but I was at work. She called my phone. Miss B called my phone. No, not Miss B, I'm sorry. Jessica called my phone. But see, what I started noticing was this. When I would be around Miss B and I tried to call Jessica would never answer the phone. But when I'm not around Miss B, Jessica's always available. She answering the phone. I started picking up on that shit, but I still wasn't for sure. I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was still living in the fucking la-la world and shit. So, this one day, Jessica called me and she talking. When I click my line, it's Chico. Chico like, you on the phone with who you on the phone with? I say Jessica. He say Miss B downstairs and on the recliner, but she got this big ass sheet over her face, and I can't hear what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker under the blanket like this.
Yeah, you know I love you, Justo. With your fine ass. I can't wait till you get off work. Can't wait for you so I can play with this pussy for you on the phone.
So, yeah, like that. So he like go down, he like click back over and talk to her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to her. She on some old explicit ass shit. Once again. You know what I'm saying? So this is what she telling me.
Play with this pussy for you on the phone.
So I click over. No cap, I click over. I say, did you hear anything? He was like, nah. He's like, I couldn't hear shit. I was like, fuck it. So we got off the phone. So I tell Miss B to come get me in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't had to catch the bus to the house. Miss B come get me, Chico in the car. I tell Miss B, I say, hey man, Miss B, fuck all of this shit. With Jessica, I'm finna go get me a gal. I ain't got time. I'm finna link up with somebody right now. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I had gave Miss B gifts to give Jessica like little baskets and shit, but like, I don't know if they call them things, the bomb, I don't know the shit you put in the tub and it like turned into bubbles and shit, whatever this, I gave her all kind of shit to give to Jessica because I never had seen her. But I'm kind of veering out for this shit at this point. So I tell Miss B, we go to Jack in the Box. I say, hey, we finna get on here, I'm finna get something to eat. You gonna drop me off on the corner over here and little chick finna come get me. And that's gonna be that, you know what I'm saying? We go inside Jack in the Box. I swear to God, me and Chico go inside Jack in the Box. Phone ring, it's Jessica. I got women's intuition. My intuition is telling me you finna go be with another woman. I'm sitting on the phone like, what? Where you get that from? She was like, because I just feel it in my soul that you finna go be with another woman. And if you do that, I'm gonna come for you. I was like, man, you better come for something. I ain't seen your motherfucking ass since the screw fest when you was on that bitch capping. So come find me then shit. I don't even give a fuck. I hang the phone up. I was like, man, fuck you. I hang the phone up. We get back in the car, Miss B, hot. I'm talking about hot. She won't even want to talk. She dropped me off where I told her to drop me off at, and I ain't talked to Miss B nor Jessica the rest of the day, right? So at this point, Chicago getting fed up, but Chicago only getting fed up because she trying to make me be her household, and she feel like I'm over here stressing over another bitch. So she like, I gotta clear this shit up because I need him only worried about me while I gotta do my dirt with all these other niggas. That's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so what Chicago do is she calls the photographer that they was all using, I guess at one point in time. She was like, hey, can you give Jessica my number? I got some business I want to talk to her about. And I'm thinking Jessica knew who she was because they, like I said, they all worked together before under the whole Models for You, agency thing or whatever. About an hour or two later, phone ring. It's Jessica. Chicago hand me the phone. I'm like, yeah. Hello, this is Jessica? She was like, yeah. I say, oh my motherfucking God, bro. It's a totally different person. She was like, what's going on? I say, man, I've been on the phone with you. I said, you were just playing with yourself on the phone with me the other night. She was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, Miss. I say, Miss B going around acting like you. She was like, you like the third person, second person you done did that to. I'm like, you lying. She was like, I swear to God. She was like, I thought we was done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, Miss B, I never really heard that. I never really heard Jessica talk. You know what I'm saying? Because when we would see each other, it's always like in a group setting. So it's like you hear her talk, but you don't hear. So I really thought that's how she sounded. That means Miss B had like a fat, sexy woman voice. It was all soft and shit. You can only tell she was like big in between when she talking. She'll the deep ass breath, but she get back into her old finessing ass voice and shit, swindling you with all that old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I say, all right, bet. I get everybody on the phone. I get Chris on the phone, TJ on the phone, everybody who was affiliated that was in all the groups that knew about this shit over the past year or so. I get everybody. So we on like a 9-way. I call Miss B on the phone. I say, Miss B. She was like, what's up? I say, man, I talked to Jessica today. She was like, oh, for real? What she said? I said, no, I talked to the real Jessica. And then the Jessica started talking. Here go Miss B. I gotta call y'all back. I gotta call y'all back. She got off the phone. So I think I was at work, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really stay on the phone and get all the details or whatever. But mind you, me and Miss B stay in the same apartment. So when I get home, of course, Miss B don't come home. So I think it was like a day or two later, when I got home, she was leaving. Like, it was like she was trying to never not be in the same space with me. And it started making sense because it would be times when I would use Miss B's car, and there was always another cell phone in her car, but the battery was never in it. So I was like, well, damn, I wonder why she don't ever use this phone. But, you know, it ain't my business, so I'm just seeing it. That was the goddamn phone she was using, so she knew she used to let me use her van. She would take the battery out, so that way if I call the phone, it won't ring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, one day I came home, the whole apartment, everything that was in Miss B room was gone. She bed, whatever couch, whatever she put in her apartment was gone. She left me a note saying, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. I'm being blamed for something I didn't do. Left me with like $1,700 worth of bills. You know what I'm saying? I go in the restroom, all the shit that I had bought Jessica was all under there. She eating on the shit. Hershey's Kisses and all kind of candy and shit. She eating on it and putting it under the sink. Cause I wouldn't go in the Miss B room. I wouldn't fucking with her like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what happened, man. That was the first time I got catfished. For real, that shit was crazy in the motherfucker, man. Yeah, I got more stories for y'all later. So like I say, subscribe to the channel and I'm out. Ugh.